Hello everyone, Silver Conundrum here. I come to you today with a question. In your area, how many things do you have for sale? I'm not talking about little things. I'm talking about big ticket items, cars, houses, buildings for rent. I went to my local pawn shop today to go buy some silver. The one I always talk about in my other videos. They're not really a pawn shop, but they're a coin shop also. Well, he was completely sold out. Sold out of even silverware, even the stuff that I would never buy because I'm kind of a picky stacker. He was out of that. He was out of sterling silver. He was out of everything. Gold chains sold. 925 silver chains sold. Pendants sold. Every single thing in his store was sold if it was precious metal related. So I'm driving through town and I pulled into a parking lot to a business that I usually go to get something to eat at. And they had a closed building for rent sign in the window. I was kind of taken back by it. And I started looking around my town because I've been on night shift for the last week. And I really haven't paid attention to much of everything going on around me. As I'm sitting here, I'm looking around and I'm starting to see cars up for sale. I'm seeing businesses closed down. Restaurants are closed down. I see the big box stores are still open, but that's about it. Coming this way from the house, I probably noticed about maybe 10 or 15 houses for sale. They weren't there last week, guys. People are buying up silver and gold like crazy. When I woke up today, I want to say it was about 10 o'clock in the morning when I woke up. You know how it is on night shift. But silver was at $28 and some change. When I went to bed last night, folks, silver was right at 26.50-ish and some change, give or take. Man, there is a major bull run right now, folks. If you can get your hands on silver, do it. If you can get your hands on gold, do it. Everybody who is collecting right now is doing everything they can to get their hands on everything they can. As a matter of fact, whether you guys believe this or not, I just watched a repo truck dragging two vehicles behind it. One on the back, on the flatbed side, and one on the tow side of it. Now, whether he just repoed them or he's just transporting them for a company, I don't know, but it did say such and such repo company on the side of the vehicle. That is absolutely crazy. Silver is getting hard to find, folks. JM Bullion's got minimum orders now with expected delays on shipment. Bold Precious Metals has got up to 3 to 5 week delays. APMEX has minimum orders with expected delays. Everywhere I've looked, everybody's paying high premiums. Heck, I even looked to find some basic, just generic rounds. I found Asahi rounds, guys. Just generic Asahi rounds. And they were going for about $33 to $34 a piece, depending on where you looked. As our government here in the United States gets closer and closer to passing a stimulus package, everybody's starting to grip tighter to whatever they can to preserve their wealth. You should be no different. The game has been stacked against us from the beginning. Since the day the Federal Reserve took hold from us and started printing money, currency for us, and they sunk their talons into our wallets, we as financial people suddenly became indebted servants to the system. Think about this, guys. Everybody says our debt has doubled under ex-president. Well, it doesn't matter what president is in office, people. Debt is designed to double. If it doesn't double, then our economy collapses. Do you understand what that means? If we don't keep raising the debt ceiling, the economy collapses. We could take all the money that we have in the entire United States Federal Reserve and call it all back. Pay back every single dollar that's owed. And we would still owe the taxes. Not the taxes, excuse me, the interest on all of that money. All that currency, we still owe the interest on it. So all that interest has to be paid. That interest is your house, your property, your youth, your children, your children's children. If you don't have a precious metal of some sort to back up your financial means, you really don't get much of anything out of this world. You have nothing to pass on to your children. With all these new taxes they keep passing year in and year out, it doesn't matter. They're going to take everything they can from you. Think about this right here. They have now I'm going to put this in perspective, guys. In America, depending on what state you live in, your total income is about 55 to 58% taxes. And here's how. State tax, federal tax, income tax, goods tax or goods and services tax. You got your gas tax, highway tax, school tax. Anything you purchase is taxed. If you take all that and you combine it into everything you buy into a dollar, between 55 and 58% of your dollar is paid into taxes. They have robbed us blind. And then you couple inflation with that, folks. The dollar has lost about 10% of its buying power just in the last couple months. Look at some of the prices on groceries. Go to your local Walmart. Look at the prices of some of the things that you could have bought back in January, back in December of last year. Some of those prices have gone up. I know in my area, eggs, prime example, have gone up about 28 to 30 cents. That don't sound like a lot, but eggs were 99 cents, and now they're $1.25 to $1.35, depending on which ones I buy. Milk was $2.98, and now it's $3.55 a gallon, depending on which milk you buy. Things have not changed. The product has not changed. What has changed is the value of our currency. Stack your metals. Buy your metals. They will hedge you against inflation, people. The stock market is going to be going haywire soon, I bet you. I'd be willing to bet $1 to a nickel that the stock market come the fall is going to see some crazy, crazy numbers. And whether they be good or bad, I don't know. But I'd be willing to bet $1 to a nickel that there are going to be crazy numbers. And the closer we get to a stimulus package, the crazier things are going to get. Oil prices are going up. Did you guys know that? Oil a barrel has gone up. I mean, hell. Let's look at it real quick. Let me pull it up for. I can't show you guys, but I can pull it up on my phone here, where I'm doing my recording. So y'all bear with me for a couple seconds while I pull it up. Oil has gone up. Let's see here. Oil has gone up to $42.39 a barrel, people. That's quite a bit. And it's still going up. And the day hasn't even ended yet. So, and silver's gone up 5%. Actually 5.25% to be exact, today alone. Silver is keeping up with inflation. In fact, silver is knocking inflation in the head. So, if you can figure out how much inflation is going up and you use the silver ratio to combat it, you will see that silver is doing its job. Silver is doing what it's supposed to be doing, folks. So, like I said, if you don't have silver or gold in your stack, preferably silver, because it's an easier denomination to deal with, you're going to be hurting. Sorry, but that's just the way I see it. And with all these businesses closing around me, I don't know about you guys, but with all these businesses closing around me, I worry. Because what's next? When I'm left with 1 or 2 stores that have what I need, they're going to be able to say, well, I demand $5 for a gallon of milk. I demand $10 for a pound of meat. And I'm going to have to pay it. Because, one, I'm going to have to drive an hour and a half up into the major city to go buy what I want to get. And then once I do that, God knows what I'm going to be facing once I get to the major city. Cities are not safe anymore. The country's safe to a degree for now. Stack your silver, guys. Stack your gold. If you can afford it, get it. 1 ounce is better than nothing. If you can get constitutional silver, then do it. It's worth it. To all you new subscribers out there, I greatly appreciate you. More than you realize. Guys, if you like what you hear, please like, share, and subscribe. If you don't, hit the down button. If you do, hit the up button. Leave a comment below. Tell me your thoughts. I want to conversate with you. I want to have a discussion. I want to talk. I want to learn your side. I want to know what you think. I want to get your perspective. You might say something to enlighten me, and I might say something to enlighten you and throughout our discussions. I've already learned a lot from a few people. Things and perspectives I've never even thought about. Where I'm at, guys, there's a lot of silver people, but they're all reclusive. Nobody really talks to each other. Everybody keeps themselves in a bubble. And I get it. But when time comes, we're all going to have to lean on each other. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Hopefully this video will upload. I apologize for the podcast style video. Guys, I'll catch y'all in the next one. Later.